What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Lesser Athletes. My name is Chadwell, and today, like always, an interesting video for you here on the channel. Today's potential exhibition matches for John Cena's final matches for Saturday night's main event. John Cena announced that he is going to have exhibition matches with NXT and WWE main superstars for Saturday night's main event. Now, I have a lot of matches on here, but I do have a question about this, and it's an interesting question. I feel like there's a lot of superstars that make sense to have matches, make sense in the sense of should be shown. But to be honest with you, if he said exhibition matches, it feels like they're going to be championship matches, right? Like that makes sense. Like we're not going to get I'll talk about that later. I'm just going to throw two names out just so you know the examples, just so I don't have to talk about that later. Like a Lola Vice versus a Io Sky. Both don't have championships, so does it make sense to have them both on there? It's not really an exhibition match because it's who wins or loses. So we will see. I'm going to talk about them because I think it's going to be more singles championship matches, and we'll talk about that. But I'm very happy that John Cena is doing this, going out, exploring, and showing the youth, because I think there's some things that could happen that could really boost some superstars. So let's get started. First one we're going to talk about is going to be involving Cody Rhodes. I think they have to have Cody Rhodes on here if they're doing champion on championship. Now, who goes against Cody Rhodes? Well, obviously I just said it's champion on champion, but here's the thing. Which champion could go after the other champion? Could they do a sense of Ethan Page, Ricky Saints? Who would they do? Now, spoiler alert, whoever goes against Cody Rhodes here, the other one goes against CM Punk. So there's a few things that make me switch things up. I'm just going to show who I picked, and then I'm going to explain, and that is Ethan Page. So here's the reason why. Two reasons that kind of fully, in my opinion, tell me this will happen. One, because I think Ethan Page right now on SmackDown would make a lot of sense to go against the Cody Rhodes, and this would be a really good boost if Ethan Page would jump to the main roster. Two, having the North American title go against the heavyweight title feels like it shows it's a second place title, and that's not what you want. I think you want an Ethan Page to not feel like a second place title, or the CM Punk to feel like a second place title, so you give the title to this match against Cody Rhodes. I also feel like a babyface Cody Rhodes would really do well with a strong heel in Ethan Page. Makes sense. And I think both the champions, as at this point, now I want to mention something in a second, could really work. And I mean really, really work to have a Cody Rhodes or a go against a Cody Rhodes. A Ricky Saints makes sense to go against Cody Rhodes. And Ethan Page makes sense to go against Cody Rhodes. Because Ricky Saints is so close with Cody Rhodes, I would want to see that match, obviously. Now, let's say the interesting factor here. There's a reason why I didn't record this video till Wednesday, because, to be honest with you, which is after NXT, so now you know when I record this video. There's a reason why, because, honestly, truthfully, Obafemi could be champion by the time we have these matches. And if Obafemi is NXT champion, because my guess, I'm, again, recording this the day after NXT, my guess is they're going to give it to the second week of Gold Rush, that match. If that does happen, I have to be honest with you, man. Cody Rhodes versus Obafemi, and Obafemi potentially winning against a Cody Rhodes because of Drew McIntyre interference, Randy Orton interference, or something like that, could be crazy. This would mean, though, that Cody Rhodes lost twice on exhibition matches. So I don't know if they would go that route. They could still go against a CM Punk. And I would really love if the Vision gets involved with an Obafemi and lets an Obafemi pin a CM Punk. That would be amazing. But again, exhibition matches, I think this is really good to have exhibition matches, because to me, I know they're probably not going to, because they're not going to say NXT star pins whatever. I think it would be a really good boost for somebody. Ethan Page, I unfortunately see lose. Well, I already spoiled this one. CM Punk versus Ricky Saints here. I think this one makes a little bit not as much sense, because I think Ethan Page as a heel works so well, and Ricky Saints is a babyface. But I think the promos against these two would really work. I think both coming from, AEW. Same with Cody Rhodes and Ethan Page too, which is so crazy to say. But CM Punk versus Ricky Saints could really work, with Ricky Saints then maybe having connections to go to Monday Night Raw afterwards. It would be an exhibition match. I would really hope a Vision gets involved, because to be honest with you, one of these matches I would really hope WWE And I know it's Saturday Night's Main Event, and I know I've said before that they're really like on Saturday Night's Main Event. Other than this last one, they never usually change championships or never do anything like that. So I would really hope Ricky Saints would get a win. But this feels like an exhibition match that I'm just going to throw out there because it feels like it's going to be champion on champions. Something else I didn't mention as well. It's still Saturday Night's Main Event, so it feels like John Cena is likely going to have like an hour, it feels like. Now, I know they're on Peacock now, so maybe they are going to go over than just the 2-hour limit. That's probably what they're going to do, actually, now thinking about it. But are they still going to only have like 4 matches? And so it's 3 matches. Are they going to have 4 just regular matches? We'll see. My next one is actually not champion versus champion. It's NXT champion versus somebody not. And I think the reason why I don't want this to happen, but I am going to at least mention that it makes sense to go this route, is because someone just became champion and they just came from NXT. So I have Blake Monroe going against, and to be honest with you, it's one of my dream matches, and I could really see it happening since they're now in singles competition. And if you want Blake Monroe to win and get this pin, because maybe this is where Alexa Bliss turns heel, you go Charlotte Flair versus Blake Monroe. I had 2 other people here. I had Rhea Ripley, because I feel like Rhea Ripley should be on this card to elevate talent potentially or something like that. And you could even have like the Kabuki Warriors cost Rhea Ripley. And then you also could go Stephanie Vaquer. I think that makes sense. We technically did not see those 2 go against each other, so I would want those 2 to go against each other other than Stephanie Vaquer versus Jade Cargill. Or not Jade Cargill. Why did I say Jade Cargill? Tatum Paxley. But I would go Charlotte Flair versus Blake Monroe, and it would work better because babyface to heel. And then you could also do Stephanie Vaquer. Again, you could, but I feel like Stephanie Vaquer is more of a young up-and-comer. So to me, to be honest with you, the vet of Charlotte Flair versus Blake Monroe would be really nice. And I think it could be really good to elevate a Blake Monroe. I didn't include any mid-card champions. You could see maybe an Ilya Dragunov. You could see maybe a Dominic Mysterio in here, Becky Lynch, or US Chelsea Green. I actually debated on putting Becky Lynch here, but again, doesn't make sense. So, spoiler, already said it, Jade Cargill versus Tatum Paxley. And I think that this could be the match that happens, or the match that actually happens, because I think they're going to make Jade Cargill look scary again. Now, would they toss around Tatum Paxley like a insane ragdoll? Probably. But both of the women's champions are young talent, so I don't know what they're going to do. I think you could maybe go Tatum Paxley versus somebody else. Maybe there's a tag match. Maybe Tatum and Lyra versus 2 others. I don't know. And by this time, we still don't know it's in exactly like almost a month from now. So we'll see if Tatum Paxley's even champion still then, because she's giving out title shots to everybody. But Jade Cargill versus Tatum Paxley's the match, and I think it could be like a ragdoll moment for Tatum Paxley. Throwing away the champions, we're going to go with some matches that I would like to see. Now, a lot of them you're going to notice are vet versus whatever, versus NXT Superstar, because obviously I want to see that. So we have Randy Orton. Now, I didn't know who Randy Orton could go against. I had like 3 different people. I had Javon Evans. I had Trick Williams here. I think Trick Williams could do good as a heel to go against a Randy Orton before they turn him heel. And then Obafemi was one. I don't know what they're going to do with Obafemi. That's my biggest concern here, because now knowing he's back in NXT, you could have Obafemi go against somebody and win, which could work really well for Randy Orton. Or you have Obafemi with the NXT title and he's going against someone else like a CM Punk or a Cody. I just have to believe that for now, I don't know what's going to happen with Obafemi. Now, I didn't choose Obafemi for Randy Orton. I think I would consider that. I chose, funny enough, Miles Bourne. And I feel like if they want a funny match, Miles Bourne also, I think, shared a photo of John Cena recently on the NXT Performance Center. So maybe that's a hint that he's going to be somebody that's going to be on the show. But Miles Bourne versus Randy Orton, love to see it. And I really do believe this could be a match that could just be a funny, good match with Randy Orton ultimately winning. But it is still a match that could have funny call-outs, a great match that's just enjoyable. This next match is actually what I want to see during... Oh, I didn't even click it. AJ Styles retirement tour. I think this should be a marquee match that AJ Styles has. Now, my question on this is, who does AJ Styles go against if it's not this person? Because I don't know anybody else, if you want to be completely honest with you. Like, I debated Trick Williams. I debated Obafemi, like Obafemi for a lot of them, I chose Javon Evans, and I feel like that's like the match to happen. Javon Evans is clearly getting set up as the next phase and next face of like WWE high flyers. Like, this is one of the most talented high flyers we have in WWE, and WWE clearly is not trying to fold this. I think he's going to win that NXT championship at Stand and Deliver. I feel like Javon Evans will have amazing matches and will put on insane shows because he's great at selling. He has insane high-flying moves. He's going to be the next generation of high flyers, and they know that. So I feel like to go against an AJ Styles during his retirement tour kind of needs to happen, or at least have this match on here and steal the show. AJ Styles, I feel like, needs to be on the show. I kind of would really want them to pick people that John Cena would consider big rivals. So like a CM Punk, a AJ Styles, a Randy Orton. I have another one that I have as a potential match. Really like that. Javon Evans. I feel like they kind of need to have Rhea Ripley or women on this show as well, if it's not the women's championships. Now, I have Rhea Ripley here. I think she could be stuck with a lot of stuff, maybe healing from the nose injury. I picked someone that ultimately, and again, if they're not doing champion on champion, then maybe she's going against Jade Cargill. I have Jordynne Grace here. Now, I thought of Nia Jax as well. Nia Jax versus Jordynne Grace was something that I would like to see. I just thought of NXT talent that is really popular, or they could go to the main roster soon, that they could boost up, and Jordynne Grace versus Rhea Ripley makes sense. I just also believe that Rhea Ripley, so over, needs to be on the card, and Jordynne Grace, they haven't done much with her, but a strong woman that could really do some heavy hits, that could really show power with Rhea Ripley, I would love to see. So back to the question that I've been saying. What happens with Obafemi here? Again, a lot of things could go on. I don't think he's now going to be in the John Cena tournament, to be completely honest with you. I think he is going to go after that NXT title. I think more than likely we're going to have somebody. I feel like if Obafemi needs to be on the show. Obafemi needs to. Like 100%. And if he is, he needs to win. He needs to win. So if he has the NXT title, he needs to be whoever he's going against for that NXT title. If he's having whatever it could be, he needs to win. I'm going to put out and just show. I'm just going to throw it. I think it's Sheamus. The reason why I think Sheamus is because I think they could have a insane classic or an insane banger, you could say. And I think Obafemi could beat a Sheamus. It isn't the most impressive win, but Sheamus having John Cena connections, being on this card could mean a lot to John Cena and a lot of people. And I think Obafemi just versus him would be a great matchup, hard hitting, showing dominance, and I think could really boost an Obafemi. So other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.